So, folks, Phase 4 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe has officially begun with the introduction of Wandavision on Disney Plus. Today, I'm going to dive into episode 1 and 2, spoiler free at first, and maybe a bit of a rundown as well as a review. So, let's get to it. Alright, so WandaVision episode 1 and 2. If you're a fan of the MCU and you've already seen it, let me know in the comments down below what you thought about it. I've seen differing opinions all over the internet, and let me know if you're on the camp of I loved it, it was great, or more a little disappointed, but maybe waiting to see where it goes. Now, we don't know a whole lot about the show when it's set. We can infer, obviously, different things, but we do know that it stars Wanda Maximoff and Vision, Scarlet Witch and Vision. And it charts their story through many decades of sitcoms, different parodies, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and the 2000s, I believe, all the while unraveling a mystery at the center of everything because, spoiler for the whole MCU as a whole, I'm sure you know it's not WandaVision, but Vision did die in Infinity War. So there's something going on here, obviously, because he is very much not alive, and I assume we'll find that out over the course of the episodes. I think the main complaint that I've seen across the internet is people really didn't know what they were going into. Now, if you have been waiting for this for a long time, I've been very excited for this for the longest time, and you knew what you were getting, sitcom parodies from Marvel characters, then you were probably pretty excited and happy with what you got because it fulfilled its promise. It's a very clever, very intricately made sitcom parodies of these old classics that many grew up with. If you did not know what you were getting and all you knew was that it was a Marvel product, then of course you're probably more likely to be disappointed. There's no action, not that traditional. It's funny, and specifically the second episode has a few jokes, but not funny in the same sense as all the other MCU. No general jokes being thrown around over the course of the episodes, but if you went into it knowing what it was going to be, then I'm sure you were happy. And I enjoyed it for sure. I thought, again, as I said, it was very clever, very well made, and it was a good time, maybe isn't the word, but it's just interesting to watch everyone be so good at their craft. The production design, the acting is, of course, these characters that we've seen such different sides of. Now we see trying to fit into the role of some stereotypical family in the 50s and 60s. And of course, I'm even more excited to see where they go because they fit into the roles really well. Elizabeth Olsen and Paul Bettany have the job of acting as their characters, acting as characters in their respective universe. So it's definitely impressive what they do with it. Of course, the directing is great. The story will be unraveled and we'll learn more about that, but I'm sure it will be great. And so really right now, it's just about the lead up. While I was impressed with these two episodes, it's not something incredibly entertaining. And I say that, I mean, if you're going back to do an MCU rewatch or you want some Marvel content, I don't think WandaVision episodes 1 and 2, specifically 1 was a little weaker, but episodes 1 and 2 are things that you will be returning to. So if you haven't seen the episodes yet and you are expecting a little more action, a little more mystery, maybe a binge for that, then I would encourage you to maybe hold off on episode 1 and 2 for now, maybe wait for next week, maybe wait for the week after that, and then eventually watch them all, and it'll be a much more satisfying story and generally probably a better experience if that's more your thing. But certainly great. It's fascinating to watch everyone be so good at what they're doing. Like I said, very clever and very well made. They succeed at what they're doing. It's really fun to watch, to be in on the joke, be in on the gag. There's many different references to pick up on. I was having a bit of fun there. Anyways, that's the review. If you want a quick little theory section, this is where I might get into some spoilers, a few things that I obviously know. And if you don't want to hear that and you just want to watch the episodes, you go ahead and click off now. Now, there are two main things I want to talk about. I'm not going to talk about future theories, but I am going to talk about two things that I know. Firstly, Gwendolyn, I believe her name was, from the second episode that meets Wanda. That is actually Monica Rambeau. I know this from the casting, the trailers, which is, you may remember her from Captain Marvel, the little girl that Carol Danvers' friend Maria Rambeau, her daughter. And so she's grown up now because obviously it's been 20 plus years since the 90s. and Monica Rambeau's all grown up. And now I also can tell you that the logo on the helicopter, on the beekeeper, and on the little TV when it zooms out at the end of episode 1 is the sword logo. And I just know that from watching videos. Sword is basically the space equivalent of S.H.I.E.L.D. And so where Nick Fury ends off in Far From Home in space, that is the organization in charge of that. So we know that they're trying to contact Wanda, or maybe they have something involved with Wanda. They know that she's in there and they're trying to get to her, it seems like. And the last thing is that I believe I heard the agent from Ant-Man and the Wasp, I believe I heard his voice at the end of episode 2 trying to talk to Wanda, trying to contact her, and trying to get her out of wherever she is. So it's obvious that she has maybe little control over wherever she is. Someone's doing this to her, someone's putting her there. I think it's clear to say that she probably will not react well when she finds this out, and that'll be episodes 7, 8, and 9. We're going to get some crazy action, so if you're willing to sit through the clever sitcom portions of that to get the huge MCU stuff that we know, the big mystery, the epic story, and the great battles, then you'll be in for a treat. Anyway, that's my review of WandaVision. Again, if you've seen it, let me know down below in the comments. If you haven't seen it, come back and after, and please tell me. I really want to know, guys, what you thought about it. I'm very excited to see where this goes and how the mystery unravels more. So I'll be tuning in next Friday and probably leaving something here. I'm not going to give these episodes a score. I will give the season as a whole the score when it's done. But for now, that's my review of WandaVision, and thank you for watching.